there's 4A, 4A.
One Ivy. Oh, yeah, that's off.
Guys, and welcome to my channel, Times But a Window, and today I'm going to be doing another solo queue to global. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, as of right now, this game marks the low point of this entire series. As you guys may know, I have been trying out different settings and different mice in hopes that I could find something I would even play better than I have been in the past with. In fact, some of the changes I've made have been incredibly extreme, and I imagine that's to blame for how this game went. So instead of this episode going the usual way, which I will be returning to in the future, I figure I'm going to show you guys some stuff and talk about a few things. So let's start off with the pistol round.
Top sign.
Nice.
He's dinked in con.
Good job. One more.
Con dinked. Dead in there.
Great job, guys. Good round. So as you can see, the pistol round actually went pretty well, even though we didn't really have much communication, and when they were getting picks while entering site, we didn't really know where those guys were going down. Now, as you guys know, information is one of the most important things when it comes to Counter-Strike. There are three real big pieces of information that you should let all your teammates know. One is your positioning, one is the enemy's positioning, and the other is which enemies you have taken out, so they know not to have to look in those directions. Now, I know there's a kill feed in the top right of the screen, and the radar will show you other information about possible locations up to a certain radius, depending on how you have your radar set up. But the more you can keep your attention on the center of the screen, the better your reaction time will be, and the less chance you'll have of being caught off guard.
So you're right.
I'm watching pod.
Now, as you can see, the second round went pretty easily, and I continued to maintain pressure on Ivy. Good job, guys. Good job. Here's a nice little tip to always remember. Regardless of the situation, always check the little corners that people like to hide in. I'm not sure if it's just me, but for some reason, if I don't check a corner, it seems like a guy is guaranteed to be there.
Fuck you. Mob.
The one's green train or something.
And from this moment on is when everything went south.
What? There's another op. There's two ops.
Oh, there's 4A, 4A.
One Ivy. Oh, yeah, that's the opper, and then one more connector. On top of the train, next to Ivy.
Where are you, Blue?
Of course he hits that.
Where was he?
76Z. Two green train, one Z.
Yeah. Now, while I couldn't get anyone to want to come Ivy with me, so I was taking it by myself, in actuality, you want to be close enough to your teammates to guarantee that trade kill. So for an example, in that last round, you can see that all of my teammates slowly got picked off one by one, but no one was getting the trade kill, which meant that we weren't getting any access to the site. In fact, that was one of the biggest downfalls on our terrorist side of this game. Of course that side peeks out. Of course. And see, this is another situation that had someone wanted to come Ivy with me, we could have easily had that kill. Another problem with this game is that we didn't really have a plan. Everyone seemed to want to go their own way. As you can see, someone died Ivy, which is me, someone died mid, someone died upper inside, and this guy's gonna probably die lower inside. Everyone was going into their own places. No one was even close to each other. Even if it's not the greatest game plan, just having everyone on board for a game plan helps the situation. And as you can hear at the start of this round, you don't hear any communication. And earlier on in this game, I tried to have some communication with my teammates and tried to organize stuff, but I was immediately shut down.
4, 3, 2, 116.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
But I have to admit, at least we're all in the same position this time, so maybe we'll be able to get a trade kill and get access to the site. Good pick. That was my opportunity. I had one chance to seize everything I ever wanted, and I failed. Nice try. You got his gun?
I bet you guys little more.
There's a AK up there.
That's a bomb up there?
Shit, that is our bomb out there. This flank, dink. Where I thought he would be dinked. Okay.
Bomb away. Red bomb, go away.
We can't get it.
Yeah, you get.
Back in bomb train.
Here's the guy
One's
close.
connector.
And while that round was kind of a disaster, at least again, we had good spacing and were close enough to each other to get trade kills.
We're not
He went hitch, I tagged him, only one bullet.
One Ivy down.
red train.
Good job. Here we had good spacing and we were able to get the entry picks, so because of that we were easily able to take the site. Sadly, on the next round everything kind of changes and we also have an AFK at the beginning of the round. One underneath ladder.
Hey,
For some reason I didn't need to get there. You ever play fans? Yes, subscriber games
dude.
are fairly often. Now it's easy to see when reviewing it, when we have proper spacing we're able to take these rounds.
Ivy.
I thought
Here's
you pushed up.
26. Ivy, Ivy, scouting.
Another one's D, I think one's hitch.
One out.
Yeah, hitch.
One stop sign. I think I'm inside.
And another round in our favor.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh. Uh-oh, they're gonna get on top of trains.
Yeah, that's cool. One Ivy.
I'm behind red train. Is he on top of the... Oh, crap. I'm on top of the blue train. Now, aside from me just totally sucking, another problem with that round is getting trade kills is hard if you're not entirely sure where your teammates are dying from. We had decent spacing that round, but we didn't have any communication.
Still.
Dude, he's fucking watching both of those.
Kill him, boys.
We think. Good job.
Nice shot, boys.
Nice try. Now this is me going for a pick I can usually hit, but as you guys know I have been changing settings like crazy and I get utterly obliterated because I missed by like a mile. There it is.
Easy.
I do not like this setup. Don't like the mouse with the sensitivity and the res and all that kind of stuff. I feel
on top of
off
the train.
by a lot. I feel like I don't have the ability to be good
I'll
with
you
it.
guys a stop sign.
Keep in mind, I'm not venting to my teammates, I'm just venting to the stream.
Stop sign.
It's gonna work.
Thanks, friend.
Well, why buy Deagle if you're not gonna use the Deagle? You know?
Because the scout's better than the Deagle. It's obviously an
that's the
upgrade.
thing.
Nice try. Now, as you can see, we lose proper spacing again, and my teammates get picked off one by one. But not only that, as you can see, Blue is AFK again.
I think it's T-Con, I don't know.
Oh, and did I mention the reason I went into halls is because we weren't sure where the bomb was down? Despite all the screw-ups, we still found ourselves with a pretty decent first half score of 9-6. But the problem is that Blue is AFK and the CT side is going to be far harder with an AFK. Rest are inside already.
Yeah, they're B. Can we kick?
I mean, I'm not sure if I agree with the idea of kicking a teammate, but here we're in a situation where he's either AFK and he comes back later in the game and helps us a lot more than a bot would, or we're still going to be playing the beginning of rounds 4v5 and at least someone can switch to the bot later. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Is it better to have a bot guaranteed there, or do you think we should have waited for him to come back and see if he was actually going to rejoin the game? Oh, also, as you guys know, I am doing utterly terrible, so I decided to change my settings mid-game, which is always a great idea, and see if I can play better. Well, that didn't work out so well so far, but that's okay. First round with it. Sadly, it doesn't look like it worked. One more mid. Nice try. Went out. Red train. Oh.
Yo, that thing's nuts.
At this point, we're just at a major disadvantage, and it doesn't help that I can't make simple, easy shots like that one. Over. I mean, he won that round, but it's still pretty much over. But the other team is technically going to be saving on this next round, so we should be able to pick up one more.
Oh,
Two, three,
mid you.
three.
One on top of the train. Of course. Again, I am utterly atrocious. Good job. And as I mentioned, on this next round, they could buy up again, but I didn't have enough money to afford anything other than a scout or an M4 with no armor, and I figured without armor, the scout would be better. But I'm looking at him, it's just as good.
E-box.
B is wide open.
2 E-box. Red train. Top red train.
The score is 8-13, so we don't have much time to turn this around, and to make matters worse, we have no economy. Make that 8-14, and we still don't have any money, so I either have to force up an M4 with no armor or go with the scout, and since it's such a long-range map, I figure I'll go with the scout, though I haven't been hitting anything with it. And one came with Ivy. One final chance at it, and since we have been forcing up again, I have to force up. This time I decided to go with the M4 instead of the scout. Let's see if it changes anything. Good game. Alright guys, I'm going to change mice and we'll do another one. Well, obviously I couldn't play any worse, so there's no reason for me not to change mice, but still, that game was a freaking disaster. The good news is, when you have a game that goes this poorly, you can analyze it and see where you went wrong so that next time you don't repeat the same mistakes. Now, I can't do anything about me not being able to hit shots except not change my freaking settings, but right now the reason I'm changing my settings so much is because I'm trying to find something I'm more versatile with. Plus, regardless of me playing so poorly, we still found ways to win rounds on the terrorist side as long as we stuck to good proper spacing. But that's one of the great things about Counter-Strike in general. It's not all about skill. There are so many aspects involved to the game that you can still continuously win even if you're not the best player. Either way, after that game, my current record is 69 wins and 28 losses with 2 ties. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and as always, have a great day.